Heading over to Zane for a check of the forecast. Maybe today would be too cool to hop in a lake.
You know, a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's not certainly hot outside today, Jody. It was actually quite cool this morning we talked about. We do have some more of this comfortable, coolish weather, cooler than average going forward as well. Tomorrow on Tuesday, we're going to have more of the 70s that we're getting right now, and the blue skies too. Tonight, in between now and then, there is a slim chance of some rain. It's going to be pretty spotty, though. I think most folks will avoid much in the rain gauge. Our next best chance of showers and storms is Wednesday. That's going to be, I think, especially a morning thing. And then later in the afternoon, we could see a few more in southeast Iowa that could be stronger. We'll talk about those in 1 second. This morning with the very cool air, we did have a few spots up in the Des Moines River Valley, actually, for example, west of Boone. This is from the Seven Oaks camera. You can see some valley fog forming here before the sun came up. Most places the air is too dry, but up at this part of the river valley, it's pretty deep, so the cool air sinks down in that spot, gets cool enough that the air saturates, and you had that thin little layer of fog that quickly then lifted and disappeared once temperatures started to warm back up. No fog anywhere, obviously, right now. Just a few high-level clouds up towards roughly about the Highway 20 corridor. A few more clouds farther to the north and west. That slim chance of a little bit of shower activity late tonight is tied to that dashed black line, little trough of low pressure that'll quickly zip through the state overnight tonight, and then before the sun comes up tomorrow, it'll be gone. So let's show you that. The rest of today, basically that fresh breeze out of the west, a few passing clouds. Soonest that any raindrops would fall would be in northwest Iowa around 10 o'clock, and then closer to maybe midnight. If you're farther south here, you can see that ragged little line of clouds. The air itself is fairly dry, so it would be hard for any raindrop to come all the way down from the cloud to the ground. But there's just that slim chance. Midnight, 2 a.m., so on and so forth. And then by tomorrow morning, we're back to the blue skies, mostly sunny conditions through the day, and a bit of a northwest breeze. And guess what? Temperatures right back into the upper 70s tomorrow. Very similar to what they're going to be outside a couple hours from now when we get our high this afternoon. Now let's talk about Wednesday's severe weather potential. So here's the current risk level from the Storm Prediction Center. The yellow, your level 2 risk, goes from about the Des Moines and Ames area back towards Winterset and then eastward. There is a level 3 risk in far southeast Iowa, down more into central parts of Illinois and Missouri. So in the morning, there's a threat of maybe a few storms in eastern Iowa that could potentially produce a little bit of hail and some wind. Any tornado threat is confined to, I think, far southeast Iowa later in the afternoon from any storms that try to fire kind of a second round, which is a little bit in question. Here's what that looks like. So late tomorrow night, there will be another chance of some showers and maybe even a few storms forming, especially across northern Iowa. This is late Tuesday night. Notice the clouds thickening up. Into the morning hours, we'll watch some of those storms. This is that isolated wind and hail threat moving across eastern and then, north central into eastern Iowa. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so. A few scattered storms here in east central portions of the state. Those move out, and then we'll watch in the afternoon. Notice our winds shifting to the west. There's a boundary kind of right about here from about 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Do we form any storms here across southeast Iowa, or does it take until later in the evening, by which then the front is all the way over to the Mississippi River Valley? So that kind of time frame we'll watch in the southeastern part of the state on Wednesday. So we might completely avoid afternoon storms, and it might just be kind of a non-severe morning thing. We'll keep an eye on Wednesday's forecast. In the meantime, notice though, we jump back up to the 80s Wednesday. We will get a brief little shot of humidity coming back into the picture. That's why we have that chance of some storms, and then we'll drop back to 70s and 80s without the humidity by Thursday and Friday this week. Calmer. There is rain potential though this upcoming weekend.